Hello, Gary. Hello, everyone who is going to come on after Gary. We got you on, Gary, is all I see, but we got three thumbs up. How do you figure that? When we have 100 on, we have three thumbs up, but we got one on, and anyway. But anyway, guys, I'm having all kind of difficulties here tonight with my setup. Can't promise how long this video is going to go. Someone else just came on, Janet. Good to see you. Can't promise how long it's going to go. But as we're going to wait for some people to come on, I'm going to say the pledge. Hi, Margaret. I'm going to say the pledge. I'm going to do the music, and then we'll come back and get this started. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again
It's not worth it.
with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. To be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. Next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless, please bless you.
God bless the USA. God bless America. God bless the hat and our U.S. military. And yes, I would stand up. I don't care. I might go down. I'm like a Weebles. I weeble and wobble, and I will go down. But the whole thing about everything here, guys, is we are in a situation where it's all going to be good. It's all going to be really, really good, and I hope everybody is controlling their emotions. I know I had a long talk with Patriot Diane today. Well, I guess I did the talking. I wrote her a book, and I did not get back with Linda like I told her I did. Let her know that I'm walking and elevating and taking my medicine. Linda checks on me every day about that. That's when you know you have a family and friends. I want to talk about the kids because I want to talk about the kids before I go into other things. Because there's some very disturbing things going on. Some things that I really wish we didn't have to deal with, but as long as men pull their pants up one leg at a time, we're going to have stupidity in this world. I believe when we go to heaven on earth that we'll still have stupidity from some people. But I want to get into that in a little bit because I want to talk to Jimmy. And Jimmy, as I said the other night, there is over 50,000 of these special beds in the United States alone, which means that's over 1,000 in every state. So we're going to get your mommy on there. We're going to get everyone who needs on there. And, you know, pardon me? Oh. They freeze you again?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. I was talking to Ronnie.
I'm still tight, though.
So anyway, Jimmy, just hang in there. And I know you're probably thinking it's getting hard to keep hanging, but just think of the outcome. Mommy gets healthy. Patriot 11, you know, as I talk to you and I do a lot, you and me gonna hang out a lot when we're building that ranch. You know, I don't know if you share this with your friends at school and that you have a guy that's gonna have a little bit of money, you know, a little bit. And you're going to help him build a ranch. You're going to teach kids how to ride horses. You're going to teach me how to ride a horse. You know, but just until that time comes, just be a kid. And that's one thing I want to say to every kid here tonight and every kid in the world. Be a kid as best you can. Be a kid. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to grow up. Now I grow up and I want to be a kid. I read something in Facebook the other day, you know, Patriot 11, and it says, when I was a senior in high school, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to become a senior in high school. Now I'm a real senior, and I wish I could go back to being a senior in high school. I mean, as the Lone Ranger says, return to the years of the glory days. You know, Patriot Princess and Patriot, our Queen and Patriot Hunter. You know, Grandma sent me her address, and there is something going to be coming in the mail. And for anybody who wants their kids to get one, I need an address. I don't want money sent. I don't want anything. I'll pay for what we're sending, and I will also take care of the shipping. Don't worry about anything, everybody. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp. Brave, courageous, and bold. I got a message from your mom today on Facebook saying that she's going to take a relief of things. And I understand we all need that sometimes, but I really wish she wouldn't do it now because we're so close, and I need to be able to have some place I can very easily contact her when things happen. But you know what? She's the mama. Hey, wasn't that thing? I the mama. And, you know, take care of her, love her, and when she's ready to come back and associate with all of us. I'm talking about Michelle Gillespie now, everybody, that she's decided to take a break. And I enjoy getting messages from her. I enjoyed reading things that she posted on Facebook. But you know, that's all in the past. Uh, Patriot Boog, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo. Grandpa John keeps sending me pictures of you guys, and Patriot Little Leona. Grandpa Mike keeps sending me pictures, and I just adore them. Anytime I can get pictures, anybody who wants to send me pictures of their grandkids, please feel free to do so. I love it. And you can ask them, guys. I don't always get back to them in the same day, but I usually get back to them. To all our college kids who are back in full swing now, and I know because a couple of them couldn't even come to my birthday party last week, but you know, they missed out. It was a good time. I wish everybody here could have been there. I really do. Hi, Ann. Hi, Janet. I think I said Cindy. Ron Anderson's in the house. I just do that sometimes because I imitate Mike Penny because that's what he says. In the house.
And still awake.
And still what?
Awake.
And he's still awake. That's the big one. Myrna's here. There's that Ron Anderson again, Curly. I try to acknowledge as many of you as I can, but I will not put the show on hold just to wait for you to come here. I don't believe that's fair. There's a replay so you can always catch it. Anyway, but then we have Patriot Super Gymnast, my granddaughter Ella. Patriot 7, my grandson Liam. Patriot Small Hank, my grandson Hank. His name is really Jason. Patriot Little Monkey, Addison. Patriot Kira. Guys, I just mentioned 5 grandkids, and 3 of them have been home for a couple days, 2-3 days. Liam's only went to school on Monday. He has type B influenza, and now he gets Monday off, so he's going to get a full week. Just he enjoyed so much being off for Christmas, but no, he's been sick. And the bad part about it is my daughter don't want me getting sick, so she's not letting me watch the kids. Grandma Bo's grandson Davey, my son-in-law, took off today to watch him, and I think my daughter even might have went to school not feeling 100%, but you know, we got to do something. We need to get these beds, and we need to get them now. Get people healthy. I don't know how school's going to be, kids. I don't know. I know you're going to learn the right way. You're going to have fun. You're going to say the pledge. You might even sing the national anthem, and you can ask Patriot Diane about the national anthem. For some reason, Patriot Super Gymnast come up to me at my party last week, and she says, Papa, will you go up on the stage with me? I want to sing the national anthem. Sure. I go up there. We did everything. I did everything I could, but she was just too bashful, too shy. But what she did do is old Patriot 6 over here, her uncle, yells, sing happy birthday to your grandpa, your papa. So she started it, and everybody in the room sang. Well, the Granzos, my son-in-law, Grandma Bo, and all them, they have a different version. They when they finish the happy birthday song, they go, birthdays come but once a year, and they go on and on something like that. And then they finish it for he's a jolly good fellow. But they didn't sing it that night until Patriot 6 looked at Grandma Bo, who was sitting right across the table from him, looked at her and said, come on, Grandma Bo, that's not where you stop now. And they all joined in. And what was great about it, everybody sang it. So it was a fun time, guys. But we're going to have so many fun times coming up. I want to thank everybody for the show we did Wednesday night. I noticed that we went well over 1,000 views. We're moving up in people who's following us now, and look at here, we got 28 thumbs up with 93 people. So if I could actually talk one-on-one with you right now, and I'm going to try to watch the answer to this. If I could talk one-on-one to you, and you know what you're going to get, you know that you're going to do very, very well when you either go to a tier 1 bank or a redemption center or even a bank. You know your life financially is going to change in a way that you only dreamed. You know this. But if I could ask you, what is the one thing that you really want to do? What would it be? Mine is I would want to help every kid in the world. I would want to help every kid have some kind of parenting where no kid is in a home or no kid. I want to take care of the kids. And my second thing would be take care of the animals. I hope people ain't going to be greedy and say, I want to buy a new car. New car, new house, that is pretty much a given. Hello, Timothy. Virginia is here. So, good to see everyone. Now I want to get into a little bit of the nuts and bolts. I did something before the show tonight. On Telegram, I belong to a site. I think I do. Might not be there no more. I don't know. I belong to a site that it's called Medical MedBeds. I joined it because I thought, I could find out more about it. And yes, I know I said what I said, but that's the name of the site. And I made a mistake there. And, how can I tell people what the site is if I can't say it? But, I made a mistake there. I admit. But I'm not going to start the show over. But anyway, that being said, I went there because I really wanted to learn more about it. It's got thousands of followers, and I thought there'd be really good stuff. And I go there, and all of a sudden, all they want to talk about is just one person. Sky. I don't hide the fact that I'm not a fan of Sky, but I do watch her shows to find out what's going on. Well, the last 24 or 48 hours, somebody has really tried to deface her, make her look bad. And I don't know if what they're saying is the truth. I don't care. I look at what I see and I judge her on me. One of the reasons I don't like her is because it has nothing to do the way she looks. I could care less how she looks. Has nothing to do the way she dresses. I could care less how she dresses. But it's the things that she says sometimes. Talk to me about these beds. That's what I want to know about. That's supposed to be her expertise. That's what I want to know. I don't need to know about your group. I don't need to know other things. I want to know about these special beds. And I've watched, and you guys, there's a lot of you that have seen it too, the video that she came out where she literally ripped every truther. She ripped everybody involved with the beds. She ripped the hat. She ripped all of the leaders. She had enough. She was done. She was leaving, and she was never coming back. Now, I don't know 100% sure if Sky takes money, but I know that in less than a month, she was back. She never apologized. She sugarcoated it. I never said that. It's on tape. I'm sure that that tape has been destroyed by now. But it was on tape. We seen it. I know because I shared it with a lot of people here. I don't care that we all rant and rave. I've done it. But to say she's never lied to us, she's never did this, she's never did that. When she said, I've never lied to anybody, right there was her lie. She said in that video she was done. But if she is as important as she lets people seem to feel that she is, if she is that important, evidently they came after her and she came back. She says all truthers, all they want to do is bash her. I don't bash her. I just am not a fan of hers, but I want to follow her to get the information. And I wrote a big message. You know, she can go in there in a video. I can't go in there and put a video up and explain my feelings. You know, you want to do a video on my Telegram page, do it and put it up there. I don't care. As long as it's good, it stays. If it's not, we have people who'll take it down. I've never done anything to this woman, but then she says all truthers are jealous. You know why they won't come after her? Because they're afraid of the truth. They want to keep spreading the lies. And what lie am I telling? She did the video that I'm talking about. She's got everybody's ISP number. She's got everybody's addresses. You know what? We're in this to win this. We're not in this for a popularity contest for Ralph Anderson. We're not in it for a popularity contest for Ron Anderson, for Myrna Head, for Diane Schwartz, for all of it, any of us here. We're not in it for a competition, guys. We're in it to make God's world heaven on earth, which is He wants. We're in it for patriotism. And we've lost so much, all of us, for patriotism because people don't understand us. They don't want to listen. But if we're going to rant and rave every day because someone hurt my feelings, and then we're going to get in a video and we're going to use the F word and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, then maybe it's time I quit following people like that. I do not agree with what people do. I watched the hat himself in a video state, any person taking money for their own personal use will be dealt with when this is said and done. Anyone. I don't take it, but there's a lot of people that do. I still follow them because they give good information. To call every truther a liar, because this is the second time I've watched a video in the last 2 weeks where people who are running scared, who don't want to admit that, yes, I have made mistakes, because she's not perfect, I'm not perfect. Because what I do right now, I'm sitting on a hard chair in the middle of my brother's living room doing this video, and it hurts my back and it hurts my behind. So I move every now and then up and back, and I was called out on it the other night. I need to set more still. No, I don't. I'm not going to sugarcoat something and be someone I'm not. When I say something, and as I said in that message today, of which I left it up for 45 or 50 seconds and then I deleted it. But I left it up long enough because I told my name and I told who I was on my show. And someone came on Telegram and reamed me a new one. But when I responded, their response was they called me an old man. I'm 70 years old. If you look at it that way, I am an old man. But I challenge anybody 50 and up to come at me and keep up with me. Diane and Myrna seen at the party last week how I go. Diane and Myrna seen when we went out to eat supper last Friday night how I go. I don't stop. But when I'm home, I take naps. Guys, I did not mean to put this out here. I am tired of constantly having to defend myself, because when I say something on here, if I say something that Bruce said, I won't repeat it unless I believe it's true. So when I get information from Mike, from Bill, from Myrna, God, I got so many, from Diane, Curly, Nicole, anybody who gives me information, Janet, anybody. Oh, we got a Justin too. Man, we just full of J's tonight. Anybody who gives me and sends me information, I try to verify it. But see, I trust and believe in everyone here so much. Sometimes I just run with it. But when I tell people on these shows, I believe it 100%. But here's the big there. Because they're not going to give us the truth. If what I report, everything was true, the bad people before we wiped them out. Boom, boom. Now, let's talk about bad people. There's a lady. There's a lady on, she used to be on a morning show. She was heavy set. Then she was skinny. Then she was heavy set. Then she was half and half. She was going up and down more than an elevator, which come to find out was probably a body double, triple, or quadruple. But a long, long time ago, a friend of mine named Tom Lunsford looked at me and said, don't watch her, she's no good. But watch her one more time and see what she thinks about you as a person, meaning a white man, even a black man. The lady did not like men. But you know what? Last week at my party I thought there should have been more people. A lot of people that I really believed in and I thought would be there. They weren't. But you know what? My mom always told me, you party with who you have. She also taught me those who laugh first usually don't last laugh. Now, this lady became a billionaire. She owns properties everywhere. She likes to dig holes under her property. I don't know why. I just was told this. She went in front of the wrong person at the wrong place, in a place kind of that you get mow. And she was found guilty on many, many things. Here's a lady that could have went down in history, a legacy for black people because they adored her so much. And when the truth comes out, when everybody hears about, oh my goodness. I do have the reading and I will read it later, but I wanted to go into Bruce here. This is Bruce's intel, the reading. Let's go back according to one source. We have a rollout that was supposed to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I believe the last 2 days are the significant. They are connected to the bond sellers and about to receive their emails and funds moving in their direction, and emails either Friday or Saturday. So they're Friday, Saturday to have spending funds. They will get 10%. Now, think of this. Maybe we're getting a little more serious because wasn't for a long, long time, bondholders only supposed to get 1% right out there. Now they're going to get 10. And as Bruce said, 1% is going to be millions and in some cases billions. So if there's money for the bondholders, there's money for us. 10% of their total to last them 3 months And then the remainder, if we are running alongside them, we're in the position that we could get notified Friday/Saturday and might even be able to exchange Saturday. So get the email from WF or us and then set an appointment, hopefully as early as Saturday. But even bondholders don't have the exact timing or emails. These are not like those super wells. Okay, it was a super wells, it's only getting 1%. And they haven't been able to spend their funds yet. And they want T3 and Tier 4A and B to again run alongside each other, and we should be able to start within the next couple of days. Bruce also went on to say that when you go in there, you'll start, you'll get your main account right there. I mean, if you go to a Wells Fargo, just open an account there. I don't care if you got to drive an hour and a half to get to the Wells Fargo. Start it, because you can always do your banking for that part online. Or you can drive an hour and a half if you need to go into the lobby. But then you're going to get your special account, the one that something to deal with your imprints of your fingers is the only way that you'll be able to get in that. And I understand that account there will go in strictly probably my name. It might go in my brother's Ron's name too. But the whole thing is it's going to be ours. But see, I'm hoping when Ron goes with me, he's going to be able to open up an account. And I'm hoping we're going to be able to open up an account for my brother Russ. Because Bruce says, and he said it too, about the $10.5 million. He said 4A and 4B will be able to get $10.5 million too for 3 months. He says, do you think you can live on $10.5 million for 3 months? Jokingly. You could tell last night in Bruce's talking that he was very, very happy. But it's hard to come on and do a show like this and be very, very happy and not be able to show your exuberance. To not be able to, as Doris Day said in Calamity Jane, a song that was written in 1954 and number 1. Now I shout it from the highest hills as we look down at the daffodils. I love that song. It was one of my mom's favorite songs, and I did not know it was written and recorded in 1954 until my party last week, when my daughter had put together this unbelievable thing of events that happened in 1954 and then other things. And I mean, it was it was mind blowing. As a matter of fact, the first thing I saw on it when I looked at it was, remember what happened in 2020, what they tried to push on us in 2020. Well, in 1954 is when they give out the first shots for polio. 3 years later, I had polio. Didn't know if I was going to live, didn't know if I was ever going to walk. If I would have seen that before 2020, I wouldn't even have mentioned the word of what happened that year. But it's all under the bridge now, right? I'm trying to find where I was here. Bear with me. Let's see. GEM Finch on what Bruce had to say. We have martial law in some states, supposedly 24. And they will keep a close eye on them, but we also are going to have those NDAs. And they are going to make the decision on how long that will be your exchange. So you really need to have a nice attitude, When you go to that exchange, so if you look trustworthy, it might bring out a shorter NDA. Now providing you have enough currency or ZIM, and when you set up your QFS account and you only use that QFS to send to your primary account. And Bruce, of course, has the LLC accounts, but you, WM, will help with that all that we have up to 1.5 billion from the QFS, the primary account, and they will be offering good rate of interest on those funds. The rates will be based on a yearly basis. It won't be monthly, it will be yearly. If they say you're going to get 10%, that's what you'll get. If you put $1 million in there, you're going to make $100,000 a year in interest. Which has got me mystified because I'm not even going to go into that because I want to do some more research before I talk about that. So you must call using the 800 numbers and then have 30-minute appointment for quick exchange. And really do have to be conscious of thinking and look at them in the eyes, read the paperwork, and do the presentation that will count and check your they will count and check your currencies. If you have bonds, have your proof to show you have received them, etc. So receipts, if you have them, ZIM bonds are bearer bonds and are great. It is really going to go really quick. You will have a QFS account and one primary account, and that's really all they have time for. So what I'm thinking we're going to have to do, like I want to set Ron up an account. I want to set my brother Russ up an account. So we're going to go in there and we're going to get some money to leave with. I've heard it could be anywhere from $3,500 you get. I've heard it could be as much as $10,000 to $15,000 or $20,000, depending. Maybe going in there with two people, me and Ron may get a little more, but whatever we get, we'll take it. We'll split it 3 ways. So all 3 of the Anderson boys have some currency in their pockets. Then we'll get the account set up, the main account set up. But then what we'll do is we'll set an appointment for like 48 hours later, and all 3 of us will go in there and we'll set up individual accounts for all 3 of us. That's what we're going to end up doing. Or if my brother Russ, who for some reason does not want to be part of this, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I want him going in to the bank at all. We just may transfer some money into an account he already has. Because the one thing we have to make sure of, I know I talk to Myrna a lot. The NDA is not something I'm 100% sold on, in the way that they're going to be watching us like hawks. Well, I'm not going to do anything, so I'm not going to worry about it. But we have to be really, really careful. So until the NDA is over, until they see that Ralph and Ron Anderson are the real deal, that they're not going to do anything bad, we have to watch our P's and Q's. Bruce then kind of was going to say a prayer, but it ended, I think, before. I don't know. I don't remember hearing it. I was very pumped up when I watched Bruce last night, to the extent that I had a little trouble sleeping last night. I made up for it today. I've caught several naps, and so that pretty much handles Bruce, and I'm sure that when I read Judy, that she'll have some things to say. But here's something I found interesting. First of all, I talked about a talk show host And here's kind of what it says. The U.S. Navy Judge Advocate General Corp of the Office of the Military Commissions last week convicted this lady of accessory to mass murder and ultimately decreed that she will be hanged, you know how they do it, until she is gone, for abetting deep state criminals and contributing to malicious loss of people during last summer's Maui. It also goes on to say other things that she did. Very, very, very sad because she was loved by so many people. To me personally, it's something, even the friend of hers that was once, that held the highest seat in the land, couldn't even help her. As it seems like he's having a little bit of difficulty. The article is pretty good. It's very long, and I don't want to go into detail because anymore. But if you're a fan of hers, I'm sorry, but she's getting what she deserves. It will probably, this is a lady that could have went down in history books when they rewrote the new ones, but wow. The World Bank's clarification of XRP as a stable coin in the context of its utility in the payment landscape has recently resurfaced in the crypto community. World Bank calls XRP stablecoin. Notably, the clarifications came in November 2021 research paper titled Central Bank Digital Currencies for Cross-Border Payments. The reports considered the endeavors undertaken at the time to streamline cross-border payments for efficiency and cost effectiveness. It recognized stablecoins as a digital currency category that provides instantaneous processing and secure payments. In particular, the report laid emphasis on their stability concerning parity with fiat currencies. Based on the premises, the World Bank identified two virtual assets that they believe fall into the stablecoin category. Ripple's cross-border payment currencies, XRP, and the native asset of the Stellar Network, XLM. The World Bank report also emphasized that XRP and XLM enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments than traditional correspondence banking methods. So in essence, what they're saying, guys, and this is what I've also heard also, if you go to Facebook, you're going to see a lot of people very, very happy about a currency called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is rising and rising and rising. And as I see everybody celebrating, as you do all around the world, people's dancing in the streets because Bitcoin is going crazy. Well, from what I'm hearing, Bitcoin is about ready to get. From what I'm hearing, what I just read there, it's going to be probably the only two that we'll be working with. So if you have a chance to have any, I suggest you do. If you have any Bitcoin or whatever them other ones are, I suggest you get your money. I'm only repeating what I've heard, what I've been told. But I've heard it's going down, and I try to tell these people, and they get very, very nasty. One called me a old fool. I don't know, I guess I turned 70 and all of a sudden everybody thinks I got old. But I'm only a day or two older than I was when I was 69. But I really like that they're about XLM and XRP, mainly because I have 500 or more of each one. So, let's see what this has to bring us. Might have already read this. I don't know. Come on. And I had a link here. I thought I was going to go. Oh. It doesn't want to pop anything up. Sorry for this. Let me see if it'll open now. Oh, what I wanted to read there, they took down, so they must not have thought that was any good. There's a little video out, guys. I'm sure some of you seen it. It was about Crazy Nancy. It was pretty funny. The video was pretty funny, but here's what they said. Today, protesters delivered 300 pounds of crap manure to Crazy Nancy's house, demanding that she cut the crap and stop arming Israel. I thought that was pretty cool. See what Judy has to say. Oh, 158. Judy wrote her thing up today a little different. It's a little harder to read. It's compiled by Judy Bidington, February 16, 2024. Can you believe that we're this far into February? Wow. Trust the plan. 17 equals Q equals truth. President, and then his last name, but I got to call him the Hat, equals Q plus equals trust the man. My next piece is nothing can stop what's coming, President the Hat. We're facing a real national security threat with President Sleepy as a dementia patient in charge of our country holding a football nuke and ripping our border wide open to over 10 million people, an unknown number of those being terrorists who wanted to put an end to a lot of United States people. Thursday, 15 February, cyber attacks on Iran, East Germany, Australia, and Poland. It is only wise to have at least 3 weeks supply of food, water, cash, fuel, and essential items on hand for yourself to help others in case of disaster. God Bless America by Irving Berlin, sung by the Tabernacle Choir. Judy note, GOP commissioners launch probe of U.S. banks over ESG. It must be stopped. ESG is an existing threat to American agriculture. Wilton Simpson of Florida. U.S. Air Force Base housing nuclear missiles goes on lockdown over real world threat. I did want to report that Patriot Diane with 2 N's got in touch with me today and said there's a lot of military helicopters flying over her area. Keep an eye in the air, guys. It's a lot of things going on up there. I know here in my little town, I'm not that far away from O'Hare National Airport in Chicago or Midway National Airport in Chicago. But still, when a jet airplane goes over, they're usually so high, and especially at night, that all you can see is the red blinker light on the back of the plane. But for about the last week to 10 days, I've been noticing they're very low. Low enough that you can actually hear the engines. You can see the headlights. And it looks like a big car just driving in the sky. And I've seen a lot of that. Wednesday, February 14th, boom. The Epical Showdown in Washington, D.C., Constitution of Governments. Connect the dots. Background military operation Deep State from A to Z and from Z to A. Hold the line. Video, American Media Group, amg-news.com. We are facing a national security threat. The real threat that is very real. President the Hat is a dementia patient. I've already read that. I'm not going to read that. %80 of Americans test positive for chemicals found in Cheerios that may cause infertility. Thursday, February 15th, just released Seals document that proves that a organization I can't read that. I'm sorry. Wow. Most of the stuff in here, guys, is I'm just not going to be able to read. And she has a lot of good information. So Global Reset. Thursday, 15th February. Rumor was starting on Friday, 16th February. Tier 4 paymasters would be on call and must be within 30 minutes distance to their redemption center. There's a lot of speculation that could go by Tuesday, 20 February. Some reporters have often said it would go during the 3-day weekend, which was next weekend, President's Day, through Monday, 19th March. Thursday, 15th February, Bruce, a strong source, said there were 3-day rollouts that started today, Thursday 15th, and will go through Saturday the 17th. Bondholders are about to receive their emails and have access to their funds Friday 16th February or Saturday 17th February. Tier 4B should get notifications Friday 16th February and be able to start appointments on Saturday 17th February. There could be an EBS announcement on President the Hat anywhere from 16th February to 23 February. Thursday, 15th February, Goldilocks. Liquidity is moving more and more each day from the old financial system to the new digital one. Thursday, 15th February, Texas Snake. We folks, my banker is hopeful he will be getting the approximate time his staff will be positioned to begin scheduling or exchange appointments, which will provide the date when we could be liquid. We are close, folks. God bless for allowing me to continue to share what I learned. February 15th, Richard A. Stone, a quick bank story. I reached out to Chase Bank in North Florida. The private banker I spoke with was aware of the pending revaluation and was prepared to help me with all of my currencies except the dinar. So they are either not aware or just not talking. Monies for the global currency reset have been released by the Chinese elders intels, providers were being leaned on not to disclose information. Rumor was that the Hat had signed a green for go and launched the Big N and Big G after the RV, the EBS system, and redemption payments should begin. On Thursday, 25th January, the gold-backed U.S. dollar was introduced from the U.S. Treasury, Reno. On 26th January, all 86 global currency reset platforms were loaded and launched. On Sunday, 28th January, the new Iraq dinar rate, which had been released in country on Monday, 1 January, and the new gold asset gold-backed note were both trading on the Forex. The Federal Reserve says the new dinar international rate is $4.81. That's about all, guys. Well, Saturday, February 10th, BRICS countries were informed of their new currency rates, and Tier 4B funds were liquid in paymasters' accounts. That's pretty much it. I'm going to end in prayer, and then we're going to call it a week. If anything happens, as I tell you every Friday night, I will come on and say something. I probably will do a recorded version sometime tomorrow or Sunday. Everyone just enjoy the weekend. If you're living someplace where you got decent weather, enjoy it. If you're like I am, that we're in snow and cold again, try to get through it. Stay happy, keep your vibrations up, and know that this is all about to get to where we want. As President the Hat said, soon the lights will go out. When the lights go out, make sure you have your popcorn. Sit there and eat your popcorn in celebration of it's finally here. It's finally happening. Dear Lord, as we come to the end of tonight's show, thank you for bringing such an amazing group of people, family, friends, loved ones, and the children all to us tonight. Lord, we look to you to look after all the children, 100% of them. Keep them healthy and strong and moving forward to our plan, Lord, that all children are taken care of. All children have parents and loved the way they should be loved. Lord, look after all the people here in this group and the people who need it, the people who's waiting patiently for these special things to happen, Lord, so they can have an ordinary life again and be healthy. For those who need it, get them into these places as soon as possible. The rest of us, we can take our turns when it's our turn. But Lord, just look after us all, this family, this group here of Patriot 5 and Patriot 6, as we come together and show our love and admiration to your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ, and you. Amen and amen. Good night, everyone.